النهارده ميعادنا في حدث من احداث إيما العالميه. النهارده التحدي بين البطل عبد الرؤوف اللي حصل على حزام EMA منصور زادة، بطل روسي، واحنا عارفين الروس ده عاده بيتميزوا بالتحمل وبالصلابه، وهو اساسياته القتاليه الارضيه اكتر منها من سترايكنج، يعني هو متميز بالضرب الارضي اكتر. عبد الرؤوف فاز على، يعني كان في المباريات السابقه ليه فايز على البطل المصري اسلام مكشة، والنهارده دي فرصته في التحدي العالمي بتاعه. انتظر، انا شايف ان هيبقى مباراه مش سهله، اول مباراته العالميه معانا في إيما وضد بطل دولي هنا في استاد القاهره. عندنا امل في بفوز البطل المصري، خصوصا الجمهور المصري معظمه موجود معانا ان شاء الله. اتفرجوا معانا. الف مبروك لمصر، للبطل المصري، ليه هو كشخص ولدولته، لتحقيقه اول انتصاراته الدوليه في EMA. الف مبروك. انت مكمل معانا في احداث اكتر، اتمرن اكتر مع عبد الرؤوف. احنا واثقين فيك ان شاء الله اللي جاي افضل ليك باذن الله. والان بطلين من ابطال ال 67 كيلو جرام. البطل محمد اشرف. البطل عبد الرؤوف. مع بعض في القتال في الطريق لدرع EMA هنشوفهم النهارده. مبروك للبطل عبد الرؤوف، اداؤه بيقول بطل، جاي لنا بطل يستاهل يطلع للمستوى الاعلى. ان شاء الله ننتظره في احداثنا اللي جايه باذن الله. أعزائي المشاهدين، فرصة كويسة لينا النهارده إن إحنا نقابل السيد ستيفن بلاتا، بس رئيس الاتحاد الدولي للإم إم إيه مستر فيكتور يونسكو. كان موجود معانا في مصر وكنا بنتكلم عن مستقبل الإم إم إيه مع إيما، وكنا بنتكلم عن مستقبل أفريقيا في لعبة الإم إم إيه، بنتكلم عن إيه اللي ممكن نعمله مع بعض. احنا بنرحب بيه معاكم، ومعلش اذا كانت اللغه بتاعتي مش قويه قوي، بس احنا بنحاول مع بعض نوصل احنا ولاعيبتنا ومدربينا وحكامنا لاعلى مستويات العالميه مع بعض. ودي بدايه جديده وانطلاقه جديده للام ام اي في منظمه ايما في مصر. we say to you we welcome in Egypt Mr. Steven Plata.
Thank you.
We want to ask you about your information. You have any information about Egyptian MMA or about Africa in MMA, sir?
I work in general in Germany with different sports. So I work for judo, wrestling, but also football, athletics. About MMA, I have not so much information. I just had the information of the president of the WMMA, Victor Popescu, that I should meet with his representative here in Egypt, with you. And I would like to get to know better the situation of MMA in Egypt, to see what you can do together with Egypt and Europe and other continents to make this sport successful.
Yes, sir. We speak with Mr. Victor about our future. How can we do for Egypt? How we can do for Africa? He say to me, we can speak together about that. We can speak this to all people together.
Yeah.
What you see, what can do to develop our sports?
The problem is for fighters from Egypt, for example, that they are more confined to the African continent. I think what would be interesting for Egyptian or African fighters to go also to Europe or to other continents to compete international. This would be important, and so maybe there is a chance to make different tournaments in Africa, for example, and the best who win in Egypt or in Africa could also come to Europe to make competitions, or to other continents to have international, real European or world championships together with also the Egyptian fighters.
Mr. Victor, president of WMMA, accept to do event, international event in Egypt. You see, we can do it together.
I think you have to see especially how well organized is it. If it has to be a member of this organization, the tournaments have to be well organized. There has to be a good place where you do, a good location where you do it. You have to see the quality of the fighters and the organization in general. If you have people from other countries, how is the situation with hotel accommodation, how is the training facilities, how is the venue. So we have to see this before, but I think there is a chance to do something together with you. You said you organized already tournaments here in Egypt or in Northern Africa, so you know how to do it, and I think there is a good chance to do it together.
We also speak to Mr. Victor, he is president of WMMA, about our future, not just in Egypt, in African countries. What you see, what we must do to develop MMA in African?
I mean, Africa is very big. There are very many countries, so it would be very important to have really good Pan-African tournaments, African championships, where you get the best from very many African countries to compete against each other. And then if you found the best sportsmen in Africa, then they should compete with the rest of the world, with Europeans, from other continents, with Americans, and see who's really the best in the world. Not only in Egypt, not only in Africa, not only in Europe, but in the world. That would be important.
We know about you. You are a director. I see in Europe more channels work in MMA. What steps to put MMA in programs in the world?
The problem is, in general, it's difficult to make a lot of money with MMA. Only the top, really at the top, can make money, a living out of this. So in Africa it's very difficult. The best from Africa should come to other countries to get a little bit more popular. That people know, okay, this is a champion in the category 95 or whatsoever, and then you have to get a name. You have to get a name internationally, that you get invited to galas, that you get invited to championships, and then you can also live from it, you know? It's important for African sportsmen, I think, to get also to other countries and to compete there with other MMA fighters from other countries. And if they win or they have a good result there, then it would be easier for them to make a living out of it and to get international fame.
I want to ask you what's your opinion. You see, we can start to make something in WMMA.
I mean, it looks professional. It's a good venue. It's you were the presenter. Everything looked professional. You need some time. And you need a little bit bigger, more international tournaments. And then I think there is a good chance. So you're trying to do it for some years already, and it gets bigger and bigger. And so with the time, I think there is a good chance to get internationally, to achieve something internationally with your organization and Victor's organization.
In the end of our interview, you want to say something to EMA?
I hope that EMA is growing and it gets more successful. And if you try to work further like you worked before with this organization, I think there is a good chance maybe to cross from Africa to other continents, to Europe for example, to make it more international. That also your fighters, you say you have very many fighters in Egypt, that they can come also to other countries and fight on an international base. Not only in Egypt, not only in Northern Africa, but internationally. And this would be good for you, for your organization, and also for the fighters. We speak to Mr. Victor to arrange some big championship in Egypt. We ask you to come. We ask you to see our events, inshallah. You must come again. You must see our events. I think after 6 months we will do. You can give us promise. You come again and see our events. I work a lot, so I can't give a promise, but if it's possible for me, I would like to come and see it and see how the organization is taking place, and then it would be interesting to work further together, I think. All our fighters, for EMA, referee, coaches, happy to develop our future, to develop EMA, and we thank you to come, and we promise you we do good job to develop MMA in Egypt. Inshallah. Thank you to coming. Thank you very much.